Gather round the fire, for I am Desmond, and today we do not just tell a story, but we step into the very soul of the ancient Kalahari, a land where the sun is a golden hammer and the wind whispers secrets of 1,000 years, a place where time itself seems to stretch and ripple like a mirage over the burning salt pans. Imagine a time when the earth was so dry that the rocks themselves seemed to cry for water, a season of the great hunger where the law of the bush was tested to its absolute limit and every living creature was reduced to its most primal shadow, seeking only the next breath, the next drop, the next heartbeat. It is here, amidst the shimmering heat and the skeletons of dead acacia trees, that we find Shumba, the great lion, a king whose lineage stretched back to the first dawn, whose roar once commanded the clouds to part and the rains to fall, but who now walked with ribs pressing sharply against his scarred, dusty hide, his amber eyes clouded with a desperation that only a dying monarch can truly know. For 3 suns and 3 moons, Shumba had tracked the shifting shadows of the dunes, his belly a hollow, aching drum of pain, his temper a flickering flame ready to consume anything in its path, his paws heavy with the weight of his own failing power, and as he crested a ridge of burning red sand that felt like embers against his skin, he saw him, the jackal, a small, silver-backed creature who moved through the heat haze like a ghost, seemingly unbothered by the crushing weight of the world, trotting with a light-footed confidence that seemed to mock the lion's labored suffering. The lion's heart thundered against his chest, a heavy, rhythmic beat of predatory instinct that surged through his veins like liquid fire as he began his silent, agonizing approach, his golden belly fur brushing against the scorched earth, every muscle coiling like a spring of rusted iron, watching with his singular, hungry focus as the jackal stopped beneath a massive, overhanging slab of granite that seemed to teeter precariously on the jagged edge of a cliffside, a stone so vast it looked as though it held the very weight of the heavens. Just as the lion prepared to leap, to unleash the last of his strength in a single crushing blow that would end his hunger forever, the jackal looked up, not with the expected terror of the hunted, but with a sudden frantic energy that froze Shumba in his tracks as the small creature threw his paws against the cold, unyielding stone and screamed to the sky that the mountain was falling, that the stars were collapsing, and that only his meager strength was preventing the end of the world. In that moment of sheer, calculated audacity, the jackal looked the starving king in the eye and demanded his help, weaving a web of words so convincing that the mighty Shumba, blinded by the fog of his own starvation and the jackal's absolute conviction, stepped forward and pressed his massive trembling shoulders against the stone, his breath coming in ragged, white-hot gasps as he took the weight of a mountain that had not moved in 1,000,000 years. The jackal, with a whispered, breathless promise to go find a wooden prop to hold the rock in place forever, disappeared like a shadow into the shimmering heat of the desert, leaving the king of the jungle standing in the deafening silence of his own pride, holding a shadow while the clever jackal ran toward the cool horizon, teaching us all across this long hour of reflection that while strength can move mountains, it is the mind that decides which mountains are worth moving. And as the sun set in a bruise of purple and gold on that eternal afternoon, Shumba realized that a king without wisdom is merely a prisoner of his own power, a lesson that echoes through the tall grass of the savannah and into our own lives even to this day as we build our village here, 15 storytellers strong, waiting for you to join us in preserving the spirit of the motherland and the ancient truths of our ancestors.